10,
9, 8,
7,
6,
3, 2,
1.
0.
Dash League. Oh boy, we got D versus Other.
This is going to be an exciting match. Another semifinals match. The second one today.
Yeah, a huge
I
one.
know everyone in the chat is looking forward to seeing this match. D, currently the top MMR team at the moment. Other number 4, I believe, on the MMR.
Yes, I believe you're right.
In the Dasher series. By the way, I'm not Gollum.
And I am Willow.
I think it's important we introduce ourselves. We got FireHorse behind the cast. Good to have him.
As always.
All these intros really made by FireHorse. The nice setup. This is based on like an online website type thing currently for the UI, isn't it?
Yeah, to be honest, I'm not totally sure how it works. I know that Galil Arthur and StyleDev have worked really hard to get all of this really pretty casting we got rolling just for this season, first season ever, and it's amazing. Love to see it.
Yeah. And so it looks like that lobby might be up. I'm unsure if that's Rekko's game at the moment, if that's a warm-up thing or...
It looks like all of D just left that game. Yeah, so we're just waiting for the game to get started here. We've got D, as usual, coming in hot probably, warming up. I know that D is real famous for getting, 1, 2, sometimes even 3 hour
playing
warm-ups.
a ridiculous amount of time into this game, a lot more than other teams are able to put in, and it really shows up in their experience and coordination and outright their skill. A lot of the more recent pulls like Evil Pancake and Koala, very good killers. Very good additions to their team.
Definitely.
And they make the best use of their positions there. Meanwhile, over on Other, a lot of very solid players. Lazarus, one of the more recent ads, has been killing Determined Moon. I think Moon might have to go ahead and change his name around.
Yeah. Well, D versus Other. If I can be honest with you, Gollum, Other is my favorite logo. It just looks amazing. I love the simplicity and yet coolness of it. It really fits perfectly. So they're bringing some people in. Lateralis, Lazarus, Cali, Reefer, a lot of really good killers over on the other side. Makers, Rekko, Evil Pancake, just like we're talking about D. I mean, really, D doesn't have many players on their team. They kind of do small but sweet. And by keeping such a small roster, they're able to kind of learn each other's play styles and really master every scrim they do. It's with the same 5 or 6 people on a game with only 5 people in per map. That means that they really know each other. They know each other's strengths and weaknesses, and they know how to perfectly play to that. And I think that's definitely intimidating.
Yeah, and it can add a lot to their play. I believe in the mid-season, they played Launchpad, which is going to be the first map today against Other. Made it to 100%, held Other at pre-checkpoint. Hopefully Others brought in some new strategies here and is going to be able to pull something different from the mid-season. That's going to be a very difficult ask.
Absolutely. After that, we have Waterway. Again, domination, most favorite domination of the entire league. Although we have been seeing a lot of Corey this season. And you know what? To be honest, I'm a little surprised Other didn't gun for Corey. If Other was ever going to take a domination map, it probably would be Corey. But that's still, you would need some seriously good dedication and strategies to make up for that. D has been, the top team for a long time. They didn't win last season. That went to team name. But every season before that, D has taken it, and it's well deserved. I mean, if you ever play them, even in a pub, you'll see that they are just on a whole nother level.
Yeah, and any of these top teams are going to be going into matches with some kind of specific strategy, not just for themselves, but for the team they're going to be playing against. A lot of these top teams are scrimming each other semi-consistently or have scrimmed each other in the past. They know that each other is their main competition. I'm sure both teams have some sort of specific plan for each map going into this. Speaking of you liking the logo over for Other, can we pull up those intros? I love seeing them.
Yeah, let's look at these rosters for both of the teams. We got some the usual logos. D also a new logo this season. Looks really good. I like it. It says all their names along the side. It's kind of hard to tell unless you have it really full screen, but it looks really good. crazy good. A lot of really good rosters over there.
For the sweet graphics.
Definitely.
And there you have it. That's the rosters for both teams. Really looking forward to seeing how this match plays out. It looks like all of Other has their 5 players here. Meanwhile, D still waiting for that 5th to hop in. I assume it's going to be either Eagle Pancake, maybe Vert.
Vert's at a wedding right now. He's in the chat. Hi, Vert. Welcome to the chat. Reading the chat as always. Yeah, I'm not sure who's in. Dark Moon, Recco Makers, Koala. Yeah, so they're. Yeah, I think Evil Pancake probably just stepped out.
They'll be hopping in here. Yeah, very exciting map. I'm really looking forward to seeing this. We can really expect certain things out of some of these players. I'm expecting that Other, as long as they're able to get some like moments of breather room to set up with rockets, I bet multiple different of their team members are going to be able to set up with rockets. Meanwhile, D has been pretty good about spreading out their rockets when possible, but Makers and Dark Moon definitely are the ones to look out for, I think, on Red. Reading through the chat here.
Oh, yeah.
Got a few different people commenting on the ARC finals match versus team name, or semifinals rather, earlier today, which if you haven't seen it, go ahead and watch it after this match. Very exciting match to watch. Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, all these matches, all these we're in the finals now. I mean, this is the top teams of the top teams. So this is where it's at. All for Dasher, Sprinter, and Walker. I mean, it's really the important, the really fun games, the really fun ones to watch, where we see a lot of really good strategies come out, just like we saw with Team Nim versus Arc just 6 hours ago. And today, I believe this is the last match of this entire weekend, actually. And then next weekend is the finals for everything, if I have my calendars all correct. So that's really exciting. And thank you everyone for joining us. By the way, as usual, we really appreciate if you leave a like, helps the league grow. We all want to see this league get really, really huge. In my opinion, it's the most important competitive VR experience in all of VR, and it's really important. And you know, get people seeing that $5 grand huge win pool, and it gets a lot of people really excited.
Yeah, it gets me excited. I really like watching these things when there's a lot on the line for these teams to be able to try and win this. The mid-season, really important for being able to place in the tournament, but I think a lot of the top 4 teams, or all of the top 4 teams, kind of knew that they would all be able to be up here as long as they tried at least a little bit in the mid-season. And Absolutely. They knew that they would be playing against each other over this prize pool for the Dasher tier playoffs, I think.
Yeah,
there were some contenders throughout the rest of the tournament that put up some amount of fight that could possibly disrupt this and any of these top 4 teams being able to place into the semifinals. But overall, that turned out to not be the case. Other has played very solidly throughout this season and throughout this finals tournament specifically. D has played very solidly. Team Name and Arc have all played solidly.
I mean, yeah, all of them, and they're all up at the top. You know, as they well deserve to be. And Other has been a solidly the top 4th team for a long time, putting in a lot of work and a lot of skill.
I'm unsure how old Team Other is, because I'm relatively new to the season. I've only been around for one other season before this, but I think this team and Team D have been around like nearish to or since the beginning of the Hyperdash League.
So D's been around since day one under the name TBD, to be determined, and then at some point they switched to D, which is determined. I guess they got more determined after they stomped us all for a couple seasons. Then
Obviously.
they weren't there in season 0. I don't know if they were there in season 1. It's somewhere around 1 or 2 when other came in.
Huh, fair enough. Thank you for the insight moderation. It looks like D is all 5 of the team members in at the moment. Other going through a little bit more strategy talk, and it looks like some of the D members are glitching out. I have no idea how Pancake's able to do this glitch with the body, but it's really funny.
Yeah, Moon is really. I love the little glitches that you can do with the player models and stuff. It's really funny. VR is something you can only get in VR, really.
Yeah, that's something that I really like about this. Having a competitive, fast-paced, rather, and kind of clean-looking VR shooter is very rare.
Yeah.
In fact, I would say, at least in my personal experience, basically non-existent. Having all 3 of those factors of being fast-paced, being competitive, and looking good, having the models look clean and everything is visually distinct. Kind of a rarity. That's why we all like this Dash League so much.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, real
And it
quick,
makes-
I think I'm mistaken. I think actually other might have come in part way through season 0 or possibly season 1 is when they started. It definitely wasn't 2 though. I don't think.
Okay, and so it has been around for a long time though. Both of these teams are very experienced. Yeah,
And that's what
Here we
matters.
go.
Yep, and this is we're rolling in.
Launchpad first map opening up. We've got D pushing the cart on blue since their MMR during the mid-season was higher. Meanwhile, Other is going to be setting up on red, trying to check their offense. Looks like D at the moment might start with a double stack. It looks like the percentages on the UI are a little bit messed up. Technically, that should be 0%.
Oh yeah, that's weird. That's
And
funny.
Here we go.
Yeah,
Getting started.
man, and payload, you can see at the top those little dots, 3 people. Each dot represents a person on cart. The more people on the cart, the faster it goes. And blue team is the team that is pushing, red team is defending. We see a good kill by Lateralist there. Gets taken out by Rekko, though. Oh, and then gets taken out by F2, clears
kills
cart.
the cart.
Oh, that was impressive. That was a nice little back and forth. We still see some Other here in D spawn area. Let's see if they can shut this cart down a little bit more. We see Trip.
Oh my god, F2P going crazy with these double shocks. D, Koala specifically, just able to take him out, and now they're able to set up some sort of pushing defense. Meanwhile, Others trying to fight through this house. Dark Moon not quite able to secure the kill. Going to depend on the rest of his teammates to be able to take out that red player who snuck by. The cart is continuing to move. It's double stacked. Reefer has double rockets. Very nice rocketeering by Reefer, and now they're going to try and hit the cart.
Man.
Hopefully they have teammates following up behind.
This is an amazing shutdown by Other here. I mean, D does not get stopped this early very often. Other has some amazing explosives going on right here. F2, an absolutely insane player. Reefer, an absolutely insane rocketeer. Now we see some shield play on the cart, but with these explosives running, it might not be enough.
And there we go, the rockets were taked out. I think actually that kill that Koala got just then is a very important kill, because now the cart's starting to move down the hill, and there's no other players near the cart. The cart didn't get wiped, the cart was continuing to move, all during this period of time. And D is setting up a solid defense that they're known for, not letting any other players get past to the cart without killing the rest of the D members first. You kind of have to team wipe D in order to be able to move past, which it looks like Others starting to do.
Oh, but Evil Pancake getting a nice double kill. Stacking the cart a little bit with Rekko there. Oh, Lazarus looking the wrong direction.
And now we're bottom of the hill with 4 minutes and 15 seconds left. That is a little bit ahead of the average pace. You normally expect 4 minutes at the time that you get to the bottom of this hill. A D continuing to double stack, really making up the time difference that they have, and also the kill discrepancy they've been able to take throughout the rest of this match. It looks like D's just about to get wiped, maybe.
Oh, Koala pulling it through.
What
Getting
a
some nice movement.
movement on the
Abandoning
cart.
cart, though. Oh, okay, so Koala does get replaced. You can see the little dot at the top again. Koala shutting down this right position through the tube and then watching the forward. This cart's absolutely moving right now. Usually you expect to see at least a couple stoppages by the red team here, but D has been absolutely pushing it. Other finally getting the advantage here, sitting in some corners, getting ready to shoot people in the back, and then now we see that D, if you look on the minimap, has a full group pushing out, kills 3 of Other. This might be all they need, and they can get some serious movement.
The cart. Lazarus is out of position. He's trying to fight some other D member. Now turns around to the cart once his comms let him know that the cart is being pushed. Koala gets a good double kill. Triple stacking the cart. They might be able to make it under the checkpoint with this push alone.
Oh, they get totally taken out. I can't tell who that was. That was Lateralist getting a nice triple kill there. Callie gets taken out, and then the Koala coming in with the cleanup crew dodges a rocket and gets to make this checkpoint. Reefer gets taken out with this rocket. This might be it.
Maker's following up behind the cart with the rocket and with the shield. But there was a red player on the cart. They weren't able to get the movement that they needed. Koala, cleanup crew, he's the janitor of this match. Always following up behind the rest of his teammates and able to get that final push that they need. And now they've made it through checkpoint with almost 3 minutes remaining. That is a very difficult time to match and very difficult time to stop. Other is going to have a very difficult time stopping the cart from reaching 100% at this rate.
Yeah, definitely. We see nice shield play on cart. Usually we're used to seeing D double stacking this early on, but it looks like all of D is pushing up, just relying on spawn camping other. And we see that the kills are totally in D's favor. And you're used to seeing on offense, blue team usually all goes negative or close to all goes negative because you're really prioritizing moving that cart. I don't care about my KD, I care about winning. And winning is when you sit on that cart. Yet, here's D pulling both, getting high KDs and absolutely moving this cart.
Yeah, and it looks like one other player was about to make it past. Rekko, unfortunately, suicided on the cart, but the cart has continued to move up to this point. There was an attempt at a double stack earlier, and that's what D is going for now. Koala's pushed up, and now Other's been pushed back. Once again, they had a hold and they lost it. D was just easily able to break it and continues to push the cart with Makers with that shield on there. And D continues to keep control of the triangle room also, which is very important way to get to the cart because like how the cart was cleared just now, you can just quickly dash past with a lot of cover and reach the cart before a lot of blue team can see you coming.
Definitely. It is the fastest way for Red and safest way for Red to roll out and get to the cart, and D knows that, so they're doing a great job of shutting it down, making sure everything's nice and clear. Maker's getting some nice movement on the cart with the shield. Steps off for a second, but man, with still 7 minutes to go, we're used to seeing teams having 5, 4, maybe even 3 minutes at this point, not 7. So D is absolutely making insane pace here. Lateralist getting a nice kill, probably going to flank cart. Oh, no,
gets taken out by Darkmoon. Wasn't quite able to get something, anything done with that kill there, unfortunately. Darkmoon continuing to keep control of triangle room, depending on his teammates. Maker specifically to be able to push the cart with that shield that they keep using. And Darkmoon is drawing a lot of attention away from the cart. He doesn't even need to get kills as long as Other is not able to get the kills that matter, which is the cart. He's doing his job. He's disrupting as he needs to. At Reefer, good kill on Koala there, going to go ahead and hit the cart. Tries to get a kill. Not quite able to secure it. Evil Pancake on the cart. Is that Koala who was...
Gets a nice kill. Yep, it looks like Evil Pancake is completely now. Let's see if D does a group up or if they push out and tries to take advantage of what Evil Pancake made. And it looks like they do a little bit of both, sending 3 people forward, but kind of really relying on outkilling Other a little bit here, getting some nice movement on cart. But they might get shut down by some rockets here, unless Darkmoon can, with one health,
bounce shot?
Move it. Oh,
it looked so casual too. His arms were just down by his hips. He's just hanging out on cart. He knew exactly what was going to happen there. That's brutal. And now Lateralis setting up near the cart, hoping the rest of his teammates can help out in triangle room and not let D get to the cart.
Absolutely.
Like with where the cart was earlier, triangle room is the best method for blue to approach cart this far.
It's definitely the safest.
Yeah.
Maker's getting some nice movement with a shotgun shield combo. Love to see it. And if you look at the top left there, you can see Makers is going 4 and 12. Kind of going back to what I was talking about. D knows that, you know, KD isn't everything, and Makers is exceptional at moving that cart, as you can see, making breakneck pace with that shield combo. Being a triple stack from D's side, they might get taken out here, but D is doing an amazing job here, pushing 5 minutes left of this area. Usually, 86% is where 2 equal teams will about make it to. And we already see D is at 88% with 5 minutes left. I mean, that D not making 100% is going to be a miracle for Other.
And importantly, once D turns that corner, they get protection from Other's spawn, which is exactly what they have now. Rekko's able to continue moving forward by himself because he has that shield protecting him from Other's spawn. They have to go all the way around the cart just to hit him, which they did just now. But the rest of Team D has had time to group up and move through triangle room, and therefore Other doesn't have a chance to take triangle room back because D is fully set up.
Yeah, exactly. And we're seeing a lot of these triple Group ups by D, they send 3 people forward, take some space, and then once all 5 of them are ready, they push up together. Looks like Makos gets shot in the back there. Reko's going to have to get some cart movement. Gets taken out by Lateralis.
Who takes out 2 of them, too.
Whoa.
Also takes out Evo Pancake. That was a good clear, and now Other might have a chance to take Triangle Room back and cause some sort of delay in D's group ups. We can see on the minimap here, there's a lot of battling going on through that Triangle Room. D is pretty much able to set up with all 5 of them. 3 in Triangle, 2 just outside. It looks like they're going to be starting to push. That might be Dark Moon, who's in the flank. At the moment, trying to draw attention away, and now D is double stacking the cart with Koala set up behind it. Makers has a shield, and Other is just not able to approach as long as Koala continues to kill them like he's doing.
Koala's positioning is perfect here, getting so many kills, getting that cart moving. They're so close.
And now it's just Koala left. He gets one last kill.
He's moving it. Cart. This might be it.
The janitor
so
himself.
Close. Reko getting nice little movement here. Can Reko get a kill? Oh man, Reko gets killed by a triple stack there. Although it looks like, I think that's Moon gets a tiny bit of movement there. A nice little stoppage by Other there. 3 minutes, 30 seconds left with only 2% left to go.
But little do they know, there's one D member sneaking inside of that shotgun alley on the health the right there. You can see in the minimap, they're set up near the cart. Other is not ready for this man to pop out from wherever he's going to pop out from. Gets a kill on the cart, and now there's movement on the cart. Koala is still up behind the cart, and there we go.
Wow.
3 minutes, 7 seconds left.
100%. Wow. That's insane. You're not used to seeing anyone make paces like that. I mean, D making some amazing movement here. But F2P and Lateralis, 22, 25, and 30. I mean, making some good KDs there. Over on D side, we see Koala Reko top scoring, surprising absolutely no one. Koala going 42 and 17, and absolutely insane KD.
Yeah, and now D has to set up their defense to make sure Other can't make that same pace. That is going to be very difficult to do. This map is all but won. There is a shadow of a chance that Other might be able to make some sort of better pace if they're able to get their openers and their holds together and continuously stack the cart. Although, based on how this opener goes, I think that might not be very likely. Koala set up in the house with double shotguns. Dark Moon, as you can see in the bottom left corner, dashing around with rockets. Somehow doesn't get a kill on cart, but there you go. Takes out Lateralis after the forward. Dark Moon is still alive with the rockets. I thought he got taken out just now.
Though. Dark Moon is exceptional at staying alive somehow, even though he's a one shot. Yeah. Other getting some nice movement here, but Reko shutting it down. What's surprising though is that Other also at this time was doing a great job of shutting that cart down. I don't think that D or Other is making an exceptionally greater or worse pace than the Other was at this point.
Not just yet. Other has been very good about following up from the cart after Reko wipes them. Reko, meanwhile, has been wiping them. Other really needs to send somebody through this house to take him out, because he continuously is able to check on the cart with double shotguns, and also is able to clear in the house himself because he can keep the shotguns nearby, unlike with the rockets.
Where, Reko missing his shots!
Shoot too close to you.
Lazarus taking him out.
Survives by the skin of his teeth. Zeb is behind the cart trying to give cover to the rest of his teammates, and now peeking through the shield room so that D can't have it for free. Gets a good kill on Dark Moon. Reko follows up behind and is now going to peek onto the cart.
Nice rockets.
D has some sort of rockets set up around the cart and gets a clear on it. Other is not able to set up there. And D almost has enough control to be able to go back into the house once again and start spawn camping.
Insane. And you know what? 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At this point, D was practically at the bottom of the hill, and Other hasn't even begun to go down it. So now we are definitely seeing that D lead happening here, both for blue and red side, and they're doing an amazing job here. I mean, not to discount Other at all. I mean, Other's making a much better pace than I think I would be, but they're doing some great movement, and they're doing a good job of getting a kill here and there, and maybe even killing 3 D members. But the last 2 D members kill just enough on cart such that the rest of their team can come back, join them, and then it's like you never killed anyone.
Yeah, that's honestly, that's the most frustrating thing about playing D, is they're all very good players, but they're able to follow up on a lot of them dying in just the right way, that you're not quite able to get something done, even though it feels like you killed an entire team by yourself, even if you got lucky. Other, meanwhile, is getting some sort of movement on the cart, and they've been able to keep pressure up with F2P moving forward, who gets taken out by Reko. Was just looking in the wrong direction for just a moment, and that was all that Reko needed. Be able to wipe the cart, and is now trying to fight.
Right in front of it. Can't quite get the kill, but does get Dark Moon gets a nice little rocket kill. We've seen Dark Moon has this season, and I think a little bit last season too, has become exceptional at picking up that rocket and blasting straight down onto cart right below him. And I think that really shows high skill players are able to see a pickup and grab it and use it immediately without having to think or or change how they play at all. I mean, they just you know, it's very difficult to hold two separate weapons. It's something that takes a lot of practice to really master. And even then, some gun combos like, you know, shotgun or staple or something, we never see in League because it's really hard to wrap your head around.
It's too much of a mind bender.
Yeah.
And so far, bottom of the hill, with 2.5 minutes left, a little over 2.5 minutes left. Not looking good for Other being able to make checkpoint at this point, because now D has a little bit of a spawn advantage here. Callie trying to follow up behind the cart with shocks, make sure that if D hops on it, she's able to clear it. But D, meanwhile, able to take her out with the rockets. It looks like Evil Pancake is setting up with rockets also, and trying to bounce around the cart. D might set up Dark Moon with rockets also, although they may not need to as long as Evil Pancake is able to stay alive. Very low health at the moment. Playing to cover, bouncing around the cart, changing their position constantly. And now Other is getting held back towards their spawn, not quite able to make it down the hill. Really difficult. Now Other has a full group up and is moving forward very slowly. Callie, not quite able to get the hill on Koala.
A nice flank there going on by Lateralis. Gets taken out though, and looks like D gets another wipe here. Lazarus coming in a little late for the group up, and here we see Koala pushing up, taking space, getting some nice disruption, which is, yeah, getting a double, maybe a triple kill. Let's see it. Come on, Koala. Oh, gets taken out by Lazarus.
Good flank by Lazarus. Rekko able to follow up, though, with that kill. Move forward. Callie takes him out, though, with some sort of bounce shot. Something we couldn't see from there. And certainly something Rekko didn't see either.
Yeah. And we're seeing some micro pushes by Other, which is good. I'm glad to see that Other has some good cart focus, that they're not too focused on trying to kill D, and that they are trying to move this thing. But, you know, I mean, let's be honest, at the pace that they're moving here, they're never going to make checkpoint with 1 minute left, and they're only making about 1 or 2% per push.
And also, Makers has been very consistent with grabbing a shield and hopping onto the cart. As soon as the cart hit the bottom of the hill, D was stacking onto the cart. Now that they have the spawn advantage and can afford to delay the cart as much as possible. Really frustrating Other, and now forcing Callie to grab a shock every single life in order to clear the cart just in case there's a shield on it.
Yeah, which can definitely potentially reduce her killing potential, which, you know, when you're fighting D, you need every single kill that you can get. We see in the bottom left-hand corner here, though, a nice little push, double stack, Lateralis leaving cart to go take out the rockets. I assume he got them because he came back to cart. We're seeing an amazing push by Other here, but it might get shut down here pretty soon. Dark Moon almost getting the kill, and that seems like... Oh, no, we see 2 more Other coming out of nowhere. Maybe getting some cart movement. Callie with a nice shock again, trying to shut down that shield and SMG, I believe,
but
combo.
Makers is doing a crazy amount of dodging. Every single position they were in was the position the shocks were not hitting. He was just moving the perfect amount to be able to shock dodge and survive for a very long time. Callie got taken out by another teammate. Perfect little shutdown here. We only see 10 seconds left. We're going to put the cart, or the camera focus here on the cart. Callie getting a tiny little micro push there, but checkpoint's at about 42%. They're only at 27. I mean, they really got to get Boogie in here, and that's it. There we go. D wins 100% versus 27%.
Wow.
A dominant win. Other is going to really have to pull some kind of miracle together to be able to win this Waterway. They have a specific strategy set together, set in stone. I see a glimmer of a hope of a chance here
possibly
for going to control point, but based on how that last match went with Koala hitting 77 and 30, more than a 2KD, versus Lateralis being the top killer over on Other with only 43 kills. Yeah, and I say only, like that's not insignificant, but I mean compared to all of D, that is absolutely a stomp.
Yeah, that was a very, very solid win by D there. So congratulations to them. Good plays by Other there. I mean, you know, let's not discount the fact that you know, D is an insane team. Has been considered the best in the league for basically ever. And so the fact that Other even made it this far and is able to get they got some seriously good plays there, like we saw with F2 getting, I think, a quad or 5 kill on 1 life. And getting some nice cart movement. So Other definitely has some serious skill, and I know that their Waterway is a really solid map, possibly one of their better maps. So we might see some kind of change in how this next map is going to go, if maybe Other can really pull out something and at the very least, you know, get a point. You know, Waterway is a domination map, very similar to kind of King of the Hill, you can think of it. There's 3 separate islands, as you can see in the middle there, and each one has a button. You have to control all 3 buttons for 3 seconds, and don't let the enemy team press any of them, and then you score a point. First to 3 points wins. Little
Sorry, just a little bit of popping in just for this match.
Yeah, that was amazing. And yeah, chat Maker's not getting enough credit. That was an insane. I mean, I've never seen someone dodge shocks like that. I mean, I'm sure Callie was. I would have been screaming. I would have been like, "How is he seeing in the future?" I mean, it was a really good move.
Shield feels like a weapon pickup or a heavy pickup. I guess it's not really a weapon that has a very high like floor, bottom line of where it's effective. But once you hit that floor of practicing with it enough and getting kind of the instincts you need to protect enough of your body to make it useful, your usefulness with the shield skyrockets.
Yeah.
Which we absolutely saw there. Makers was surviving a very long time on the cart, giving the rest of his teammates more than enough time to be able to clear it every single time he was standing there. I mean, we saw that with that fight against Callie, that Callie had the weapon that was meant to
counter it.
Yeah. And he was able to dodge effectively and block shots from other pistols.
Yeah, at the same time. I mean, really impressive. And, I know it kind of seems stupid to be like, well, you have a shield. How can you be bad with it? You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
With these top teams, I pick up a shield, and if anything, I feel like I die faster because it just, like, cues them in of, like, oh, I'm just going to get headshots now. And then they just do it.
Yeah, it's like there's a target of where not to hit, and there's a little blip of what's not covered, and everyone will be able to see that once you hit a high enough level.
Yeah, and that's like your critical spot. So you have to learn how to perfectly protect your head while also being able to shoot. You obviously can't shoot through the shield. Also, something I'm going to talk about is that shields are server side. So if you're somewhere with high ping, I'm not sure what server this is on. I imagine it's on Dallas or New York. That if you have some high ping, even just like 100 ping, that shield is 1/10 of a second behind you, which means that if you think it's somewhere, it could be somewhere else.
Yeah. As opposed to all the guns and the bullets where you shoot and that's where it goes.
Yeah, exactly.
You just point and click.
Yeah, this is on Dallas.
Yeah, there we go. So I believe that's pretty much in between both teams. So that's going to be like 60-ish.
Yeah, both
like
teams
that.
are going to get about 60, which I think is pretty fair. I appreciate the middle ground servers, definitely.
It looks like Other might be doing some amount of roster swap. I think just swapping out one player there.
Yeah.
Either that or one player has to deal with some sort of headset issues. Unsure, but I guess we'll find out soon.
Yeah, it looks like we saw Reaper is out for this one. And we're going to see someone else coming in for this Waterway.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. I mean, Reaper was their Rocketeer, was their primary explosives, and while there is rockets on Waterway, not many people grab them. I think we saw Fear grabbing them on the Fear match not too long ago for Asher Championships, but or the wild cards it was.
Yeah.
But you don't see it very often, so it makes sense to swap out their Rocketeer for someone who maybe he's a little bit faster, a little bit better with pistol play, maybe a sniper. I mean, who knows?
Absolutely. Something to look out for, I think, is Callie especially, usually top scores, if not for her team, then the entire lobby on this sort of map. She's very good about playing around button and pulling your attention every which way away from the button when you're trying to get something done, trying to counter or defend your base. F2P also a very fast dasher. Might make use of his shield, although I kind of doubt it during a league match like this. I guess that just remains to be seen. We'll see how the opener goes once the match gets started and once Other gets a good player in here.
Yeah, definitely.
Unsure how that's going to shake out. D, meanwhile, I kind of expect some of their faster dashers to move forward instantly into the enemy base because, like, domination, but Waterway especially, is a game of aggression. The best defense is a good offense.
Yeah.
And you want someone, maybe one or two people either on respawning or that's their dedicated job to be able to defend your base and clear it in case the enemy is being aggressive enough, but really putting pressure on the enemy to defend more than you is one of the best ways to win. Both of these teams are well aware of that and are going to take full advantage of that, I expect.
It's very surprising. People tend to not think about the mind games that happens with these, and with a game like this, this is the fastest paced game I think I've ever played, and it's a really incredible game. And so when you have multiple people in your base as you're respawning, it takes a lot of cognitive power and practice to know that you shouldn't panic and you shouldn't worry about the people in your base, and that you still should push out and go somewhere else, and maybe even do a really risky move and travel the entire map and get into the enemy base to do the same to them. It's these kind of top tier plays that you see from teams of this skill level. We see D playing around a little bit,
peeking into the camera there, getting a good view.
You love teams that know how to have fun, and I think all these teams do. We got a huge prize pool of $5,000, which is really amazing. But $5,000 is not
it's not a living. Both
Yeah.
these teams are well aware of that, and it's split between their entire teams. So really, at the end of the day, this is all about fun competition.
Yeah, it is, and people, you gotta love the
Match
game to be here for Dash
starts
League and
in
to
3,
play this much.
2,
And here we see everything starting up. We see Lazarus getting ready to roll out. Probably gonna do a little pistol sniping here. Oh no!
Maybe they're gonna roll right out into this curved rail here. Not quite able to stop that D member from moving into the base, gets distracted, and so Evil Pancake's able to get the kill, and D set up for a quick counter already, or a quick countdown rather.
Oh!
Doesn't quite hold the button enough. Evil Pancake, I think, last one's left alive in
He's
other
got
stage.
no health though.
Gets wiped by
Lateralis.
Lateralis. That was very important. The opener on this match is very different from the mid game. Although D might be proving my point wrong, they keep getting the momentum in their favor and
is this
get
gonna be
a
a
first
score?
point already.
Wow, first point in less than 30 seconds. For reference, this is a 25-minute long map, so that is, that's nothing short of what you expect. Absolutely insane. Team Makers we see doing a little pistol sniping here. Another thing.
Oh no! It's taken up by the water. The caster's curse real right now. Looks like Other has lost their own base once again. Doesn't have control of D's base either.
Is this going to be another score?
That's a second point.
round.
Other really needs to change something quick, or else the map's going to be over before it starts.
Less than 1 minute. 2 out of the 3 scores have already been made by D. Other needs to completely change what they're doing. Clearly, whatever they're doing is not working, and they need to adapt to the crazy pace that D is making here. Lateralis one shot trying to take out Dark Moon actually ends up doing it. And we see that they took the enemy base, so Other has at least one person in D's base, which is going to be crucial to preventing a fast
And now they're getting a countdown. It's just
Other
Dark Moon and Koala. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Other players left on the button, but that was a very unexpected countdown. And now really, Other had the momentum in their favor, but D has just now gotten it back. And now Other is struggling to get their own base, and D really showing the best defense is a good offense here, keeping constant pressure over another space.
Definitely. And Koala, like we said, he went over a 2 KD in the last map, and now Koala in the enemy base. Probably able to get a lot of kills. Only Lateralis up. That's another wipe, and that's game in less than 2 minutes. Oh, man.
Insane game.
Insane. Yeah. Insane skill by D. Nothing short of what you expect from one of the top teams. That's absolutely crazy. Koala going 12-2 over on D's side. Which, there's no words for that. That is a crazy amount of kills to make, only in 2 minutes, too. What is that, 6 kills per minute?
Something like that. Meanwhile, F2P doing very good with the counters there. Only 2 and 7 as far as KD, but top scoring over on his team. Definitely gave Other a lot of time to try and get some sort of hold off D, maybe get some sort of momentum back in their favor, but they just weren't quite able to pull it together.
Yeah, you do get double the amount of points for hitting a button as you do a kill, so it shows that the F2 really was playing the objective, but man, it just wasn't enough, unfortunately. D coming in with a monster win right here, and so now in the finals we're going to see D versus Team Name. I don't think that surprises many people, but 2 really great teams and a great match that I'm excited for. You can catch it next weekend. I believe it's next weekend. I think it's the 3rd is the day that everything's going down. But be sure to check the calendar. We'll have all they're doing a nice stadium with all the mutators, just as a little friendly competition.
Match starts.
So that's what you love to see. But thank you everyone for joining. That was a really fun match. It was a really quick match, and so we appreciate all of you for joining. Yet again, just real quick, it really helps the league grow if you if you hit the like button. We want more and more people to see the league. We want more and more. With the Quest sold like 5 million units. We should be seeing 5 million views per video.
Right.
So thank you everyone for joining. I've been Willow.
I've been Not Gollum.
And Moderation was in here for a bit. I don't know if you want to say anything, Moderation.
Any last thoughts?
Like on pretty impressive victory. Shout out to Other for a great season. You guys played amazing.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Love to see it. Yeah.
And thank you, FireHorse, for being behind the camera,
Yes.
running behind the scenes.
FireHorse, best caster of the season. Love it. Love all these
Absolutely.
animations. You can thank FireHorse for, and you absolutely should. He puts in so much work and not getting paid for it, which it just makes you really love him for. So thank you everyone for joining. Be sure to catch all of the new casts coming up next weekend for the finals. It's going to be a big deal. And you can see all of the brackets up on the Dash League website as well as in the Discord. If you don't know anything about Dash League, you can find us at dashleague.games. That's where you can find everything related to Dash League. Find the Discord link. Find some new friends. Find some. I know I've made a lot of friends in Dash League, and yeah, there you can see the Dasher playoffs. So thank you everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, because the server.